Hello, welcome to our semifinals match between the Mesagoza Magic and the Minnesota Mamoswine, our previous champion. And since this is the finals matches, I have a co-commentator here.
Hey everyone, my name is Dylan. I am the coach for the Tel Aviv Kloitzers from the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea, indeed. And you had a very good performance. He's another semifinalist, so he'll be the next one we watch here. But yeah, let me give them the go-ahead so that we can start. While I'm doing this, do you want to go over like matchups? Do you think anyone has a better matchup here? Or...
I mean, of course, the first thing that stands out is we see the Alolan Ninetales, but we don't see any other ice support. I was thinking that maybe we would see some more ice coming in to deal with that Lando, so it's kind of going to be. I mean, among this roster, you're really counting on Alolan Ninetales to deal with the Landorus. So interested to see how that goes.
And it looks like they're not even going to lead any of the ice types into the Landorus lead with Indeedee support. So that Hariyama Fake Out's not going to be doing anything.
Right. Yeah, this lead feels like it goes to the Mamoswines. Again, like I was just saying, I think the Landorus is pretty strong into a lot of this team, especially if Ninetales is not out. I don't know what you're feeling.
Yes, no, I totally agree. I think your next best option is Triple Axle. Bandidi's going to protect as Earthquake comes out, getting a crit on Hariyama. That might have mattered.
Oh,
And Sacred
wow.
Fire going to protect. A very unfortunate first move.
That was a strong Terra, very strong defensive Terra, but unfortunately the Sacred Fire went into the Protect, and with the crit, oh, that could be game losing right there.
Yeah, that's really rough. But I mean, it happens sometimes. And yeah, unfortunately, going for the Indeedee, the burn could have been really nice on Landorus. Now, if it's choice anyway, which they like to run, Earthquake's going to be doing very little here with the two grass types. Which is why I wonder what Indeedee's going to do here. Like maybe it'll swap. I'm a little unsure.
Yeah, I just checked. It does look like the crit mattered.
It, it,
To
it
get
is.
that
It
to
did
pick up
matter.
that one
Yeah.
hit. Yeah, to pick up that one hit. So, and also based on because right now I have the calc open since we're commentating. I also it looks like Landers is running an offensive item, perhaps a choice band.
Yeah,
So,
no life orb we see right off the bat because it didn't take any damage. But I can
yeah,
totally see
because
choice band.
the standard scarf set would not have gotten that even with the crit. So,
Yeah, and swapping that also leads me to believe that's set. But yeah, so Follow Me is going to come out, Sacred Fire going Indeedee. Getting the burn doesn't really matter on Indeedee, but Trick Room comes up. That's interesting.
interesting. Yeah, maybe we're seeing a slow Entei.
I could totally slow Entei, or, I mean, Entei learns extreme speed, so you could just be going for that.
Well, but you can't
Um,
right now.
oh yeah, with 3 turns of Psychic Terrain remaining, yeah, that is true. Yeah, I wonder if this is like min speed Entei. Now, Pyroar might just outspeed it. Pyroar is really fast. It doesn't look fast, but it's really fast. So,
Right. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be. Oh,
yeah, it's going to go for Rage Powder Stomping. I'm not picking up the KO as, yeah, Heat Wave is going to ignore that Rage Powder. Doing heavy damage to both, and Triggering gets reversed.
oh, the
Ooh, that's
undone
not
trick
good.
room. And without access to extreme speed, I mean, Entei is looking at either death or switching out here.
Yeah, they're both looking at death here. If Heat Wave hits both here, that's just a double KO, and then you're in a 1v4 scenario really hard to get out of, no matter what Pokemon it is.
Yeah, I really think that crit against Hariyama. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, we're pretty sure it's banned, which means Hariyama would have been living on a sliver, but that still definitely could have mattered here. You take an extra fire move or something for one of these grass
yeah.
types.
That's why it's best of three, though, right? Sometimes you get
Yep.
unlucky in your first game, and we'll have to see how Magic adapts. Of course, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Oh well.
Yeah, but there is the follow me Heatwave play that, I mean, what are you supposed to do on the Mesagoza side? And oh, triple grass into
Wow.
Pyroar.
To not even bring an ice type at all when you're facing down the Landorus.
Although it is going to Protean into Ice, interestingly enough, and it's going to show Rocky Helmet. I do wonder if they were just trying to get info on that. Like,
Hmm.
you lost the match already. Is this indeed Rocky Helmet? Like, let's check.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. I
Mhm.
mean, information scouting is always what I do when I know that I've lost, is I go for as much information as I can go for. It's why I never forfeit.
Yeah, because I mean, they got some decent information even though they lost. Now, unfortunately, you did reveal. Also, make sure to click game two.
Hmm.
You did reveal that you're Grass Terra on Entei, which could be important. But like, we're pretty sure this is Choice Band Landorus. It's Terra Fire Pyroar. Indeed, he has Trick Room and has Rocky Helmet. Item and a pretty Uh, I wouldn't say it's not often run, but sometimes it's not run on DDs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how the Magic adapts here. I imagine they might want to go with that Ninetales to try and counter that Landorus that just, did so much damage turn one.
Hmm. I could also definitely see Meowstic being brought here. Like, it's not gonna be able to go for Fake Out or something with the Psychic Terrain, but those screens, his Pokemon living like an extra turn would have been a huge difference maker. And like, let's say it was Meowstic instead of Hariyama there. Like, Meowstic will get a screen off first. Like, say it goes for like Reflect or something, and then your Entei's taking even less damage. Maybe you don't even have to Terra.
Yeah, and he leaned on the Meowstic a lot throughout the tournament to
For
protect
sure.
his Pokemon. He has some, I guess you'd call them like mid bulk Pokemon,
Yeah,
and also slightly bulky Pokemon. So that's where the screens can really make that difference for you.
yeah. Like even his like not super bulky Pokemon like Meowscarada under screens might be able to live 2 hits from like neutral moves.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe we'll see a sort of a more defensive play. It seemed like they were going pretty heavy on the offense the first round there. So
There is the Meowstic there with Hariyama, and they're gonna swap the lead to be Murkrow and Landorus. Getting the Intimidate on Hariyama could certainly matter here.
absolutely, I imagine we see screens here from Meowstic for sure.
Screen's Fake Out, I feel like, is really obvious play here, but of course you can always go for the not obvious play and try and get
Yeah,
your
try and
Pokemon
catch
to
someone off
release.
guard. Hmm.
I wonder if they realize Landorus is choiced though, because if they do, a Fake Out into that slot is free. Ah, and there's the taunt though. Mental Herb.
Oh, Mental Herb coming in clutch, saving the Meowstic's life
Yeah,
immediately.
that very good Mental Herb Reflect there. But yeah, Reflect is going to be pretty good, especially into these now 3 physical attackers. Ice Punch. So
Okay.
it looks like there is another ice coverage move to deal with Landorus, and it did do pretty decent damage. That's Intimidated Ice Punch
Yeah, just
into
checking the
Mamoswine.
calculation. After Intimidate, Ice Punch is not in Oko, but it's close. So,
Yeah. I mean, you need damage on anything, so I feel like that was a good play.
chip
I
on
mean, no,
Ogerpon is never a bad thing.
no, for sure. Yeah, that thing is a bit of a menace. This Murkrow is definitely not great for Meowstic though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a swap here. Because another taunt and Meowstic, especially Meowstic male, doesn't like to run a lot of attacking moves, and if it does, it's like Psychic, so you're not hitting Murkrow anyway.
Yeah, but you're in a little bit of a mind game here, right? Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna go for Helping Hand as Tailwind comes out, so no taunt. Instead, going to pick up the kill on Meowstic as Low Sweep picks up the kill on Overpalm. That is a huge kill.
Yeah, that low sweep that was not going to take the kill without the helping hand. So that was strong teamwork. Helping hand's always a gamble because you're putting both your moves into one slot. But
Yeah, here comes the Fire War, which changed genders.
hey, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. You know what? It's Pride Month. It's Happy Pride. Femboy fan 99 is officially a woman, and we're proud of her.
They just like feminine boys. I mean, say, but yeah, that absolute menace to the ice type and to grass types. Although this Hariyama could have thick fat, and with low sweep, it's definitely threatening Pyroar quite a bit here.
Correct. Oh, we're seeing a switch though.
Yeah, but it's gonna swap into Entei as Terra Fire comes out again. Protect from Ninetales. Gonna protect Taunt. Heat Wave probably not gonna do a ton to Entei here. Yeah, that's almost no damage at all.
That's a pretty safe switch, all things considered, taking about 20% chip.
Yeah, and then that's pretty decent. I mean, you want to stall out these Tailwind turns. Eventually, you want to get some damage on Murkrow. Doesn't need to be now though. Um,
Yeah, this is where we could see a defensive Terra from Mesagoza to try and protect against that fire type damage from Femboy.
yeah, I could certainly see like a Terra Fairy, like offensive, technically Terra, and then Fairy move into Murkrow. That'll still hurt. Like Alolan Ninetales isn't the most offensive Pokemon, but with a Terra, super effective. Murkrow's gonna be
As
taking a
someone
lot of damage.
who's played against the Magic, the Ninetales' offensive capability should not be underestimated. It hits harder than you think.
Yes. Yes, it has very high base power moves, so its actual offensive stat doesn't really matter. There's enough focus blocking the Intimidate, as Terra Water is shown on the Alolan Ninetales, Rain Dance coming out, and Entei will Stomping Tantrum into the Landorus, who just swapped in, doing no damage.
Well, now we're looking at. We know that there's no Light Clay on this Reflect, so we're looking at Tailwind and Reflect, two very important field conditions ending this turn. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see if we'll see stalling. Like, which side do you think benefits from stalling this turn, do you think?
I think it's just a gamble between who is faster between Alola Ninetales and Landorus. Alola Ninetales should be, so I feel like most of the time you want to go for that. The problem is with Rain being up, if Blizzard's your only ice move, you could
Hmm.
just miss.
Yeah, that's true. And that's at this point pretty much your only. Well, we have Ice Punch Hariyama in the back.
hmm Seems to be not doing a ton to Murkrow, and Earthquake not picking up the KO on Entei, but Foul Play will. And
Living
up
with
it is Freeze
oh
Dry.
wow.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do something like that because they know that like Murkrow can always just reset the weather. There's not much you can do about it. You have a swap weather setter, they have just a prankster one. So if you're just not gonna bring Blizzard, and it looks like that might be the case.
Well, that was a strong play from the Magic, putting them on a pretty strong position. Not a guaranteed win by any sense, but a stronger
hmm
than they were in the last.
Oh, and Wide Guard is shown. Is it gonna go for Heat Wave? And
Ah,
Murkrow gets
and the
frozen.
freeze.
Oh, and it is Wide Guard. If these Pyro's only attacking moves is Heat Wave and Hyper Voice, which are the main ones it uses, maybe it has like Overheat or like Fire Blast or something. Try and get
But
around this.
we're in the rain right now. It's fire type
Yeah,
damage is not doing
see,
that
Murkrow's
much.
going down here after being frozen. It looks like it might only have
Is it
uh
specs? Do you think it's choice locked into
it
Hyper
could be
Voice?
choiced, or this is like its only damaging move. Yeah, this is game. There's
Wow.
nothing to stop this Hariyama from just clicking Wide Guard for the rest of the game. As this Alolan Ninetales just slowly chips away. Unfortunately, you do reveal Wide Guard though, like that is pretty
Well,
big
well
tech
worth
on.
it though to
Yes,
instantly
for
take a
sure.
game in which it was anyone's game at that point. The flinch,
hmm I don't think the flinch mattered.
the most useless flinch of all time.
Also, good information that your Ninetales is faster than Pyroar. Let me check real quick if
Hmm.
that's base or it is base faster. So that's actually probably better information for the Minnesota Mamoswine that this Alolan Ninetales is close to, if not max speed.
Wow, that freeze was really clutch because they really just needed that one turn of Murkrow's inaction because Pyro at that point was completely defeated by the White Guard.
And Ethan, one of our contestants, just pointed out Pyro switched genders again. So
Happy Pride. Hey, you know what? Pyro can be whatever makes Pyro happy.
it did a little worse on the female variant, so I had to switch back.
Yeah, it likes better life better as a man. You know what? And I can relate to that. So
Uh, yeah, I feel like Indeedee certainly comes to this match now. Like that Psychic Terrain was so helpful. And it is going to be Alolan Ninetales and not Indeedee, that's it's Meowstic. Into Wellspring Mask and Murkrow.
interesting. So we have a potential fake out from Meowstic that could come in here.
Yeah. Or just set up screens or do whatever. The beauty of Meowstic is that it has so many moves it can use.
Right. The only thing is that you have to know that what the Mamoswines want to do is set rain for Ogerpon, right?
For
So
sure.
are you trying to prevent that? Or are you just accepting it and making your moves accordingly? I will say Freeze Dry is 4 times super effective against
hmm
Ogerpon, so perhaps we're
Yes,
looking at a Terra here.
and max speed Alolan Ninetales is faster than Ogerpon. So I mean let me double check myself on that. But oh no, it's 1 point slower. Shame on
Hmm.
me.
Yeah, so
Ogerpon
I
is by
imagine
base
a
1 point
rain
faster.
boosted Ivy Cudgel is looking at an Oko on either of these mons.
Yes. If
So
Reflect comes
yeah,
up, I can see them living, but Ivy Control has the heightened crit rate, so it could just go straight through it.
yeah. So I feel like what the Mamoswines want to do is obvious. So the question is, how do the Magic respond when the play is
hmm
so obvious?
Yeah, I certainly agree here. I mean, we know the Alolan Ninetales is Terra Water. That could certainly help here, but then you blow your Terra right off the bat, so it's like, is that worth it? You can always just like fake out the Ogerpon if you have it. Now it has Spiky Shield. There's a lot of mind games going on, which is certainly why this turn is taking its time here. We are going to see the Terra on the Ogerpon. As Reflect goes up, Rain Dance, and there's Ivy Cudgel. Even through Reflect takes the KO. That's not good.
Yeah, Ogerpon is just that powerful, unfortunately.
And basically getting a double damage boost from Rain plus Terra. So your 33% damage reduction isn't as helpful in that scenario.
Yeah, just checking, and it doesn't look like there was any roll that would have saved Ninetales there. That's just too
Yeah.
many damage multipliers,
And now
unfortunately.
your Weather Setter is also dead now, so this is Rain for the rest of the game. Spiky Shield coming out, getting the Terra. Top lane, not doing much to Meowstic. Not a lot of Not a lot of attack there, and Trick Room comes up. Yeah, Entei is slower than this Ogerpon, so with Terra Grass and Terra Blast being revealed there, it's threatening a lot of damage, probably not a no-ko, though.
I know, but it would have been a great surprise attack. You know, that would have been
Spiky
a
Shield was a
grass,
good play.
yeah, a grass Terra Blast into Ogerpon. That does more than half, even on a low roll. So, you know, the now your surprise element is unfortunately gone, but we have the speed control and the reflect up for the magic. So, you know, there's technically not any damage been dealt yet, but that doesn't mean that anything is set in stone.
Hariyama I'm going to swap out for Meowstic as Indeedee comes up. You know, setting that Psychic Terrain. Terra Blast going into it, doing quite a bit of damage. Now, Rain Turns are going to be stalling here with full health Murkrow in the back. It's not going to mean a ton.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Entei, have we seen an item reveal yet? Because if it's banded, it's forced to use a fairly weak Terra Blast now over and over again instead of its much more powerful moves.
Yeah, we don't know the item. I haven't been keeping up with the speed tiers too much on Entei, to be honest, so we don't know if it's like Scarf. We know it's Trick Room with Ice Punch Hariyama, who's going to go for Wide Guard. Oh yeah, and Wide Guard's going to block Earthquake.
Interesting. And with a choice lock now, that lander is pretty much useless so
Yeah,
long as it
it's stuck.
continues to use Earthquake. So here we have two, it looks like two choice locked Pokemon, but at least the Entei can do something, and Landorus is basically crippled at this point.
Yeah, I say you certainly don't go for Terror Blast again if you're not choice. So
Yeah, facing down these opponents, you would absolutely go for something like, well,
like Sacred Fire is just always kind of a good
but
play,
yeah, a burn
right?
on Landorus would like turn the game around. So I have to imagine that the Terra Blast is because of a choice lock. So
Also, with no Intimidate, this Hariyama could also just take the KO on Landorus whenever it wants.
yeah, with the Ice Punch, that's so
Yeah.
true. And honestly, nothing except for the Ogerpon wants to come in on an Ice Punch. The Murkrow's not wanting that either.
Yeah. So yeah, Ice Punch is going to go into Murkrow.
There it
Almost takes a
is.
one-hit KO as Psychic does, oh, well, probably a lot more than you'd like on Hariyama.
But Trick Room
Now,
is still up for one more turn, and I have to imagine the Hariyama is going first in any Trick Room
oh,
scenario.
for sure against these Pokemon. Unless it's like max speed Hariyama, min speed Indeedee, which I can check here. Uh, yes, max speed Hariyama, min speed Indeedee, and DD would go first. But I feel like if you're running Trick Room, you're not max speed
Indeed, he did
Hariyama.
come with Trick Room, so it could be min speed, but I doubt Hariyama is running
Mm-hmm.
max speed. So
But yeah, and I feel like this is a game of does Murkrow have Protect? Murkrow has, once again, just has so many moves it wants to run that Protect sometimes is not one of them. It's going to be helping hand, though. Rain Dance and Low Sweep will take out
oh,
Indeedee, interestingly
interesting.
enough.
So the Magic prioritizing the Indeedee instead of the Murkrow.
I wonder what the reasoning is. I guess you do have Terra Grass Entei, who is resisting all of Ogerpon's moves and most of Landorus's moves. So I guess maybe that's
Sure.
like you take out the special attacker who can do some damage. That's just kind of the first thing I think of.
But this Murkrow now is threatening the Meowstic quite a bit.
Another wide guard is shown. Yeah, but they're going to go for U-turn instead. That does make sense. Not going to fall for it a second time. That's the field again, and Foul Play will take out Meowstic. Does get a Reflect Up before it dies, though, which could certainly be helpful here.
Yeah, because it's going to have to pretty much all rely on Terragrass Entei, who is almost certainly choice banded, which means that it has to now, Magic now needs to choose what one move they're going to try and win the entire game with.
Yeah, and it obviously can't be Stomping Tantrum, else you lose instantly.
Right. My
I think
guess is Extreme Speed is the most likely case here.
Mm-hmm. I'd say
Just
either that or
because,
Terra Blast because it's neutral or super, or like it's not very effective on Murkrow, who's at 9%. So I'm not sure how much that matters. But this Extreme Speed, you're right.
okay.
And Rock Slide will come out, but it's protected by Spiky Shield, so we're at a 2v2 now. Inner Focus putting in some big work here.
Now, as the Mamoswines, you obviously want to defeat the Entei. It's your only real obstacle, but the problem is that Hariyama can still deal damage. So it's like, do you prioritize the sort of weaker, half-attacked threat, or do you just let it keep railing on you every turn while you whittle down the Entei?
I think the key here is to not click Earthquakes.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
feel like
sure.
Wide Guard is for sure coming out. Because, I mean, really, what other option do you have, right?
I mean, no, he's got a U-turn locked and loaded that's super effective on Mustang, so I think we're going to see a U-turn here. And so that's Hariyama has free reign then to go for Ice Punch.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Oh, that crit is not going to be great as U-turn takes the KO, and it will go for Ice Punch. Half attack KOs. Not only that matters because I think Overbond just takes the KO here, but that's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
two
those are
very
games.
close matches, but it looks
Very fun
like
to watch.
the Minnesota Mamoswine will be advancing into the finals.
Thanks for having me as a guest commentator.
Yeah, of course.